At that point into our simulated countdown.
Lunchtime, kids! All right!
Yum, 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 yum.
Hello, friends. It's lunchtime.
Well, hello and welcome back. Long time no see. Took a little bit of a hiatus. We had some negotiations, some contracts we need to get settled, but we're here, we're back. Everything's back to par. We're all together again. It is me, Josh, with Zach, Anna, and Matt in the production room. Hope you're having a phenomenal Wednesday afternoon. We have a lot to talk about today, and I'm excited to dive into it.
It was a hot opening.
Yeah.
Well, just right off the gate. I love it.
Yeah.
We're excited. It's been a couple days.
Yeah,
it's been a minute.
We were gone 4th of July. Had some issues personally on Friday. Couldn't do a show, and then Monday had some other things going on that we couldn't.
There is a Friday show recorded. It's all out of date now.
You'll never
the lost episode.
You'll never see it.
Yeah,
but it was really good. Probably the best one
It
we've
will
ever done.
remain in our hearts.
Yeah.
we had some fun. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, I was looking forward to seeing that one up on the screen later on, showing some people, but didn't make it to light.
Well, what are you gonna do?
We spent way too much time finding like cool firework compilation videos from people blowing themselves up after July 4th. It was a good time. Yeah. Someday.
Oh, that's right. We never got to that.
Yeah, we missed
video.
all that goodness.
Man.
Yeah, it's a shame.
We do have a new segment that I want to introduce today. And I think we've stumbled onto a great reality show in the making. This is going to be called The Real Women of Sears and Roebuck, and it's taking place right here in DFW.
Filming locally.
Yeah, filming
Yes.
locally. It happened in the Mesquite Sears, and I'll be honest, I'm worrying about showing it. One, because it was salty. The language was salty. I think we edited it up the best that we could. And we're going to show you just
If you can
snippet.
read lips, you may catch a little bit of this.
Yeah,
Right.
We're going to show you a snippet and then give you a bit of a breakdown of where and maybe why they went wrong. Here we go. The Real Women of Sears and Roebuck, Mesquite, Texas.
If this will play.
We can do it.
Don't you laugh at me!
My money back.
Yes, you are! Me!
It goes to your debit card directly. It won't let us.
Yeah, and it's already out of my account, and I can show you that you've already taken my money. So you need to give me my cash. And if I end up on YouTube, I will personally sue your ass.
I'm just documenting it.
Get put it back and give me my same thing with her bitch.
I'm not laughing, ma'am.
Yes, you are. You want me to show you on my phone that you are?
Yeah.
Please.
So it only goes downhill from there.
Right.
Again, coming to a Bravo channel near you, the Real Women of Sears and Roebuck. I love a lot of what's happening in this video. I hate a lot of what's happening as well.
Yeah.
But the fact that there is at least 3 generations of women at the counter.
This is a family affair.
Yeah, and they've lost any composure that they had. I think Matt said it best in the pre-show. He said, "I'm one bad day away from being this person." I don't think you would go this far.
I don't think so. I hope not.
I don't think you are. I really don't. I can explain why in a minute, but we should talk about this first and the breakdown of what exactly is happening. So, how did this happen, right? Let's set the stage for the audience.
Yes. So
how did we get here?
From what I understand is that one of the women was the one furthest away from the camera was looking for a refund on some item. I think she had purchased it on a debit card. She went to get the refund, and from what I can tell through context clues and through other reporting on this video, is that it was over $17, and it sounds like the lady behind the counter is saying, "Look, you did it on your debit card. We've issued a refund, but we can't give you the cash." Right? That's what she's looking for. She bought it on a debit card and says, "Hey, just give me the cash that I paid." and they're saying it doesn't work that way. It goes back on your card. Yes, it looks like it's already been taken out because you paid for it.
Yep.
Right.
But it's going to take a little time for it to go back to your card.
That can be confusing.
Right. But in the
Sure.
realm of retail space, that is not odd at all. Yeah, if you pay on a card, it goes back to your card. That's how that works.
A debit card or not. I mean, I assume there's a reason for that, so people can't just easily get cash out of you or something.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, it's $17, but I think we talked about, $17 can be a lot of money to people. That could be your dinner or something like that, or you need it so you don't overcharge.
Folks
your,
are hard
your
up
account.
in Mesquite, Texas.
I mean, whatever. Like I think like it.
Sure,
it,
you're right.
It could
Yeah,
be. Like I've certainly been in situations not too long ago where $17 was the difference between.
Eating
tomorrow,
and not eating, yeah.
Tomorrow is payday, and I'm either this check's gonna bounce, or I'm gonna have $17 in my account, or I'm gonna get an overdraft fee or something.
Yeah.
So, like, I get it, but man, it devolves quickly.
It evolves quickly, and again, we don't know what led up to this, because I think some of the conversations that were being tossed around is: do we think the Starbucks employee is still employed? The one who was
The
filming.
Sears employee.
Yeah, the Sears. What did I say?
You said Starbucks twice.
Jeez. Thank you. The Sears employee, is she still employed? And I think absolutely she is.
Right. That was my question, because I figure Sears and Roebuck looks at this and they're like, is that in the employee handbook? Film customers when they're upset about something? That doesn't seem good. Posts on Facebook and gets a million hits. Like, that's not a good look.
To be fair, it was posted on Twitter. I don't know if it was posted by the employee, because
the video now is on YouTube thanks to
it's everywhere.
RNCN. Yeah, but it's one of those deals that I just think like you have to kind of CYA, cover yourself a little bit, and because that prevents them. And I love the toss out from that woman. Who nothing about her screams, I have an attorney on speed dial.
No.
But it's like, my attorney will love you. Like, yeah.
Right.
I've used that line.
You telling me the tassels
know.
on her purse don't mean she can afford an attorney?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I've used that line. I know it's fake.
If you're hard up for $17, like, your attorney probably isn't.
I gotta be honest. If you're gonna be that fired up about something, it's like, you, lady, have a very low standard for like anything, right? You're like,
it's it's the sort of get a problem mentality.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
You look at me. You look at me. Raw.
Find a real problem.
This is
That's
this is where I come in on this with the freak out. Like, if it's one person, if you're alone, I feel very differently about you freaking out in a restaurant or at a counter than if you're with a group of people. Because if you're alone, you're right. It's one person having one bad day. Like, you're away from things that are comforting and nice, and like it's all going wrong. She's like surrounded by people who encourage this behavior and are doing it with her.
There's nobody there saying, "Hey, calm down. We'll take care of this later."
That's the difference between one of us freaking out like that and them doing it. Because it's like we probably don't have people in our lives that would be cool with that. Like if I did that, Christine would be like, "What is wrong with you? Come over." Yeah, like dragging me up on my ear. Like, it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
So yeah, I've wanted to do before, and I don't do a lot of face to face because I'm a coward. But over the phone, I'm really gutsy. And so when I'm talking to a service rep over the phone and I feel like I've been victimized or slighted or bamboozled in a way, I have this line, and it's like my telltale I'm getting worked up, and I go like, so you're telling me like, I want to repeat back the garbage you just told me,
right,
and make sure it makes sense to you. And my wife, whenever she hears that, she knows, like, Josh, it's not their fault. They're getting paid $8 an hour to listen to you ramble. So the person who actually did you wrong can drive his Ferrari home to his house or wherever. She's trying to remind, like, it's not their fault. Like, I don't care. Someone's got to get the venom I have.
Someone's got to fix this.
Yeah, and it's going to be this person.
You got to vent.
I got to vent. So it's one of those things.
Vinegar. Well, I did read about this whole situation, that part of the spark that really ignited the situation was that somebody, like another parent in line or something, was like, "Hey, please, can you watch your language? My kids are here." That's what I think made it go over the edge.
That
because
always
now,
helps.
now it's public. Now it's not just between you and the cashier. Now people are seeing.
Now
you,
you're making
and
a scene.
Now it's a scene. Yes.
And I want to say one of the worst offenders was actually holding her kid. Who?
Oh yeah.
If I'm gonna guess how old it was, that baby was not quite 2 years old. So we're talking in the 12 to 24 month range. of age.
And there's another girl in there who looks like she could be 7 or 8, maybe, and she's holding her ears. She does chime in every once in a while, but she's also saying, "Hey, the yelling hurts my ears," which is super sad. Like, please stop doing this.
I think the only thing you can do to release your frustration and still be petty without like verbally assaulting someone is I like the like knocking everything off the desk and then walking away.
Yeah.
Like that's the only thing that you can do to actually like be
push a bunch of papers.
Really? Yeah, come on.
Push over a mannequin on the way out.
I'm out of here. Yeah. Boom. Yeah. So,
I'll show you.
we're gonna go from rags to riches. Our next topic is the things that make you look high-end in high-class society. That and more coming up next on the Lunch Break Show.
Turbo speed with a secret. Hijacker. The first RC that's 2 cars in one. A fired-up sports car that you transform into a ground-pounding machine by radio control. Goes from road to off-road in a flash. With rechargeable 9.6 feet power. Kick in the turbo, and it's practically unstoppable. Hijacker. It's 2 cars in one. Battery pack required. Sold separately. Hijacker. New from Tyco. The Typhoon hovercraft blasts over the ground on a cushion of air. You command the Typhoon by radio control. 3 powerful turbo motors for straight line speed. Do a 360. Now, Typhoon hits the water. Incredible. The RC that runs on land and water. Typhoon. You've got the turbo power to handle anything. Typhoon and Mini Typhoon.
Meet the ultimate predator, the Rattler 10WD. In the world of radio control, it's virtually unstoppable. 10-wheel drive, 9.6-volt power. The Rattler 10WD. It's 10 times the RC from Buddy L.
Can anything up the animal? The animal. It's a big, powerful 4x4. But when the going gets tough, it bares its claws to climb over anything that gets in its way. The animal. The animal. Can anything stop? The animal. The animal. The animal. Clawing its way to the top. The animal. Each sold separately. Batteries not included. New from Galoob.
There we go. That some classic toys there.
So many questions.
Yeah, I forgot. You didn't grow up here in the U.S. Did y'all guys have toys like that in Portugal?
We did have the ridiculous ads too. But obviously, remember, I am not the demographic for cars.
For RC cars?
Yeah, right.
Come on.
The person that does not drive in Dallas, that does not own the car, definitely not the demographics.
Full disclosure, and maybe this plays into the topic we're about to of things that make you feel wealthy.
Yeah.
I had 2 of those that were featured in that set.
In those lists?
Yes.
See, I never at that point in my life financially we were not there as a family. So I didn't get those toys.
I mean, as a kid I was totally hosed by RC car advertising because it's like that is the craziest stuff I've ever. They're going through like abandoned buildings and deserts, and they're leaping over mountains and things like that. And I'm like, this is the part. I mean, this is me living in suburban, middle of nowhere, where I can jump a culvert or something, maybe, with a box. Like this is the lifestyle I need to be into.
Go ahead.
I can remember one year, and I'm sure I got more than this. But in my mind, like in my recollection, all I received that year for Christmas, and again, Mom and Dad, I'm sorry for putting you on blast. All I got for Christmas was a Herschel Walker action figure, the little like plastic one that's like about this big.
Yeah,
and I loved it. I'm sure I got more stuff. I'm sure I did because that was like $20. We were hard up. We weren't that hard up.
Sure.
But in my mind's eye, that was my Christmas. I never got the cool Gidgets and Gazmos. I always had Gazmos. Sure. I always had to go to my friend's house to play with their cool toys. But, that was not our house.
Yeah, we were big video game family. That's what I was about.
Yeah.
I mean, I had an RC car, but like it was like It's kind of crappy, and like it never worked like it did in the ad. At least for me, I don't know if you ever had an RC car that was like flying down the. No, you had to like point the antenna straight at it, or it wouldn't work, and like the battery's drained in 10 seconds.
Oh
and,
yeah,
like,
the battery was the biggest scam. It was like they would immediately be done. But yeah, I had the 10-wheel Rattler, which did work as advertised. The thing was rad. Like, it would go over everything.
Yeah.
And then I had the Animal, which had the claws that would pop out of the tires, which did not work as advertised.
No.
They barely popped out when you wanted them to. It was triggered by, like, tension. So if it was trying to go up something and it was slipping or whatever, the little claws would pop out and grab on. But it was always, they'd get stuck. It didn't work really all that well. But, yeah, the 10-wheel thing, is pretty awesome.
I think sadder than the Herschel Walker doll, when you said video games,
Yeah.
is that my parents were also super conservative, and my dad was a pastor. So I had a Nintendo. I didn't have any cool Nintendo games.
Right.
I had to play the Christian version.
Yeah.
And so there's like one, like it's called like Noah's Ark, and you have to go around.
Wait,
is
that the Doom cover? I know what you're talking about. Are you Noah walking around first person like hitting goats with?
No, you like pick up animals.
Yeah.
Like you have to carry them back to the ark.
No violence, no death.
No. The game is called Bible Adventures. I know that game. Yeah, totally.
So
Wow.
that was the one
you
game.
pick them up and you can pick up like 4 if you want to walk around with them. Yeah,
But you
totally.
had to like avoid the snakes, but aren't snakes animals? It was a whole, thing.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Well, the snakes will bite. You gotta be careful.
That was
around
the
them.
one, like, watch out for the snakes.
Bible Adventures. Oh, yeah, I know it. That's a great one.
Yeah, so I think that's to me is sadder that my parents like didn't let me play like Frogger or like Tetris. I think there's no harm in those games.
Well, you turned out okay either way, right?
Yeah,
So
I'm only a little bit weird. So
the harm.
Yeah, moderate.
Yeah.
So here are the products that they have, and they have a side-by-side comparison with 1992 and then 2016. And I am glad to say that I have most of the products on 2016.
And we're living large.
Yeah.
We look rich.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
Pat ourselves on
This
the
was
back.
some sort of study where they surveyed a bunch of people and said, what are the things if you see somebody with these that make you think that they're rich?
Yeah. I think people are thinking small time. These are all small answers. Could be like Google Glass or something, or like an Oculus Rift. Like, no, it's just like a phone. But like they are pretty interesting brand wise, and the ones that aren't phones are particularly.
Yeah. So Apple phone and the iPad. Those are number 1 and number 2. If you have both of those, you look rich. The iPad to me is the biggest scam. There's no real like need for it other than like playing games, but you can play games on 1,000 things.
The iPad is a brilliant gift because you never buy it for yourself because it's $600 and who would? But if you have one, you use it every day because it's a bigger
cool.
phone. Yeah, it's great to use, but like horrible to buy.
Well,
like it's.
I have an iPad.
I have an iPad. It was a gift.
But hold on, those horses.
Hold on, those horses.
Throwing some Portuguese words here. So yeah, we got it because it was my husband got it as a competition award.
Yeah,
he got it out. Yeah, exactly.
It was
out
a
of
gift,
work.
right?
But to be honest, like he never uses his computer ever. Just because you're on the iPad, you can do anything.
Yeah, they're great.
You can.
Yeah. Try like typing on the iPad takes forever. Like yeah, no. It's ridiculous.
But you know why? Because you have an Android, right?
Yep.
So you use the slide on the keyboard.
Swipe.
The
Swipe.
Yeah. There we go. If you are a normal iPhone user, you don't realize you don't know
but
you can do that.
You're not thumbing through on the iPad. You don't have like a Shaquem Olajuwon thumb. You can like get all the way back and forth. Like no,
but
you're still having to like peck like
Did
this.
you say Shaquem Olajuwon?
Whatever his name is, you know what I'm talking about. Don't be that guy.
I have no idea.
Stop, Matt. Stop that.
Don't try to fact check me.
I just wanted to make sure.
Wait, it's Hakeem Olajuwon.
It's Hakeem Olajuwon.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You can always go for bonus points.
There's Shaq, and then there's Shaquem.
Why am I trying to pick this back up? Let's just.
Either way, here are the products. You have Verizon, the Verizon Mobile. If you have Verizon Mobile, that's the number 3. Android smartphone, boom, I have it. My wife has the iPhone, and we have in the building we have the iPad that we bought.
Yes.
Just for giggles here.
So we as a company look rich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the most surprising one. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name. Kikkoman? I'm going to give it a shot. Kikkoman?
Kikkoman? I don't know.
What's that?
Soy sauce.
Kikkoman. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Kikkoman, HP printer, AT&T mobile, Samsung TV set. And also the Cascade Complete detergent for your dishes.
Sure.
If you have Cascade, you're not going with just dish pods.
That's right.
You have then you are the real deal. And then Ziploc bags. For some reason, if you have those resealables, that's huge. Here's the funny part. 1992. Here was the list from 1992 of the products that if you had them, you looked and you seemed rich to everyone else. Number 1, Grey Poupon Dijon mustard. That marketing was spot on.
Those ads worked really, really well.
Yeah, definitely.
Because they made it look like Grey Poupon was the fanciest thing you could imagine.
It worked.
Especially the name
It was
Poupon.
in 1992.
Yeah, and then here to date yourself, Kodak film. If you bought Kodak film, that was the best quality film to put into your camera.
Yes.
Thomas brand muffins. I don't even know what that is.
English muffins, right?
Yeah, English. Those still exist. Yeah, English
but those
muffins.
were hot in 92.
Yeah.
That was like, if you're eating an English muffin, that's...
Cascade still on the list. This is Cascade lemon detergent. Still made you look rich. Cascade only for the 1%.
A fall from grace from the 4th spot to second to last.
And then you have Hellman's mayonnaise coming in there at the end. And still, Kikkoman soy sauce still made the top
Always
10.
on top.
No love for Miracle Whip. Sorry, gang.
I posted on Facebook if you guys had any products that you bought that made you feel rich. I didn't see if anyone had. Do y'all guys have anything that when y'all buy, you feel like I'm being decadent?
I mean, it's more like we'll go to Whole Foods or we'll go to Central Market to buy our produce because it's better.
That's already a step above.
Yeah. So it to me it feels like we really need to go do this, but So I guess I'm trying to think of any specific thing that I have that makes me feel wealthy. Like on one of those, there was also a list of things, or there was included in there. Do not use a Bic lighter.
Yep.
Like don't, because that'll make you. If you're using a Bic lighter, you look. And I do at home. I mean, I'll smoke a cigar occasionally, but I do have a Zippo lighter. Like I'm not using a Bic lighter. I'm not buying one of those 99-cent lighters from 7-Eleven.
Because if you're gonna, and this is just. Neither one of us, according to our health insurance, smoke cigars. But if you're going to smoke cigars, if you're going to smoke cigars, if you use a Bic lighter, because when you inhale when you light, so you're inhaling the fumes. Mm-hmm. That's why when cigars, you either want to do a Zippo or you want to do a match. Mm-hmm. That's the best way to light a cigar.
Who knows what's in one of those plastic Bics?
Yeah.
It's always little purchases for me. It's never like I go buy one lavish thing or anything. It's buying a nicer version of something I already need. Case in point, instead of buying Hunt's ketchup, you buy Heinz, right? Little things like that. So if you're going to go buy aluminum foil is a big one for me. I don't just get like whatever, like a cheap aluminum foil I can get 99 cents a roll. I'm going like Reynolds wrap, non-stick on one side, no messing around. Give me the heavy duty. If I'm going to need it, I'm using it right. Foil.
That was on one of the lists, was using Reynolds wrap. Yeah,
you're not using the greater value brand.
Sure.
It was a good month. I'm going Reynolds this week.
Yeah,
there we go.
If I'm gonna buy trash bags, like don't cheap out. Just get the ones that will stretch, the Glad Flex or whatever. Like it's the way to go.
Anna, is there anything that you?
I'm thinking maybe going to Trader Joe's and get their
although Trader Joe's is
chocolate croissant.
Oh, well, there you go.
Oh.
So good. So good.
Because Trader Joe's is pretty affordable. That's their whole shtick.
On some things.
You just have like 10 items there. I like doing my search. I am the weirdo that loves going to the supermarket.
Some people go to Trader Joe's like it's a grocery store, and other people go like it's a gift shop. And like I'm a gift shop Trader Joe's person. I go in and get like 5 things, and I'm out. I don't need.
My wife, I love it when she goes there because she gets really bogged down by like decisions and like she wants to find if there's like 7 options, she wants to make sure it's the best deal, and she gets really into that.
Is she
moment.
a coupon lady?
She tried. It was way too, and we both tried. It was way too confusing to do all that. You have to like cut and then go on a certain day, and it's triple coupons, and then you have to buy like 7 of the. Stop it.
Not to mention the inevitable shame that comes with holding up the line, like with your stack of coupons. Yeah, I'm like that's
in the self-checkout with like, oh, come on.
We do have some responses on Facebook. Andy checking in with both his cleaning lady makes him feel wealthy and getting his fade touched up, so I appreciate that.
Can we talk about that?
What is the fade?
He's bragging, Andy? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
All right.
Can we talk about how...
Can we talk about that?
Yeah, sure we can.
Okay.
He brought it up, so it's fair play.
Did. Yeah.
We have someone that works here in the building, and he lives by himself in an apartment. And I'm going to imagine if it's a normal apartment, we're talking 800 square foot, maybe 1,000.
Sure.
Yeah. If that.
I don't want to pass judgment, but I mean, it's one person. What do you need? What do you need that much space for?
And he has a cleaning lady come to his apartment. Hi. If you can't keep
that in order,
800 square feet clean.
This hurt more when he was in Phoenix and he worked from home, because it was just like, come on, like you're there all day.
Take some of your lunch break.
Let me explain, because I grilled him on this and I have an answer. It's for the deep clean stuff. All right. It's for the dusting and like mopping the kitchen. It's that kind of thing. It's not just like the picking up little things, doing laundry. It's the deep clean. You know, getting up on that shelf and dusting that off. That kind of stuff. And apparently you can get it for a pretty reasonable rate for like once a month. So it's not like every week on Wednesdays the cleaning lady's coming by. It's once a month and it's pretty cheap. Still funny, I think. Sorry, Andy, but it is what it is.
I love the side. This is like side Reddit here on Facebook right now. Is that apparently the person he hired is friends with other people in the building. And, someone's
even better.
Don't ever refer to Reagan as your cleaning lady. So it's getting heated.
I do want to mention that Amanda said going on trips makes her feel wealthy, which I think is a good. I think is a good answer. Like. I mean, you can choose to spend your money wherever you want to, and if you, forego other things and save your money for trips, I think that can be really, and it does. Like, I look at people who take a bunch of trips, and I'm like, how the hell are you affording all this? But it's just priorities, I guess.
I have 6 shirts. I eat very simple breakfast, and I'll go out to eat a whole lot for lunch. But I love going to Europe and going to London and Paris, and that's how I spend how I choose to spend my time in cash. So
we do have the Grey Poupon commercial if you'd like to revisit.
Yes,
we'll have that be our
more affordable, like Grey Poupon Dijon mustard. So fine, it's even made with white wine.
Pardon me, would you have any Grey Poupon? But of course.
Grey Poupon, one of life's finer pleasures.
I like that.
Man,
Pardon me.
I haven't bought a jar of Grey Poupon in years. And just watching that, I'm like, I kind of want to some Grey Poupon. Like, how about that?
Yeah, sure.
That's effective. That guy's so charming.
It comes out of the glove box of a limo.
Do you have any Grey Poupon?
You have a driver that pulls it out of the glove box for you.
Like, hands it out. His cufflinks.
So yeah, that was 1988, so that was super effective marketing.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And back when people spoke to each other on the roads.
I like how when you're in your Rolls Royce, you always talk to someone else.
Roll down the window and talk to the guy on the country road next to you.
That's not like a Chevy Capri or anything. That is a straight up, like, that's you're a high rolling guy. Okay, quick break. When we come back, we have some food news for you, and we have Taco Bell's newest invention.
Hold on. We have scooter news.
Oh, we have scooter news.
12:30 scooter news.
Push back Taco Bell. That's a teaser for you right there.
Apologize.
Yeah, we're going to go into scooter news coming up next. Dallas is this new idea of the green scooter a bust or a win?
Back.
I couldn't hear myself. I didn't know if we were actually back or not.
Sorry.
Yeah. We are back on lunch break. So we're talking about the green bike. So we had, for a long time here in Dallas, we had all these bike companies that were just littering. And I mean
What a
literally.
mess, man.
Whoa.
Littering
Whoa.
our corners, our parks,
They
our
are
cities.
encouraging folks to be healthy.
No,
Come on, littering?
No one's doing it. Yeah,
Somebody's
littering.
got to ride the bike, all right? They're getting somewhere. People are burning calories.
I did see people cycling, so I have to disagree.
I wanna-
yeah, I did see.
I want to make it clear where we are on alignment
but
with
they
the
were
bikes.
talking about like 3,000 bikes.
There's a million of them.
Look,
They're all over the place.
the idea is nice, but it was just an excessive amount of these bikes,
Yeah.
and there was no way to wrangle them. You'd see them everywhere.
Well, it's multiple companies, right? That was the deal.
Right, yeah.
Right. It was multiple bike companies that brought in their rental bikes and dropped them off in the city and said, go nuts. And now,
Well, and here's what
you have a billion of them.
I hate is that they're like, I saw one because I have a friend who works marketing for one of them, and I forget which one, so I won't say. But he gave me like a passcode I could use a bike for free for an hour. So I'm like, hey, I finally saw one of his, and it was like on the side of the curb, like propped up or whatever it is. Like, oh, okay, cool, great. So I went over there to grab it, and the guy was like, that's mine. Like he had like called dibs forever on this bike.
Yeah,
like
as far as I knew, that's not how it works.
Yeah, it's not. But like, I guess like he was a man that I wasn't going to be like, no,
not getting in a scrap with the guy who's calling dibs on bikes.
Getting in a fight over this one.
Yeah, I'm fine. I have my car like 20 feet away. I'll be fine.
Yeah.
But that's my weird thing. So either way, this is a huge problem here in Dallas, where bikes were left in parks, Katy Trail. It was like a tornado of bikes came through and just littered all along the Katy Trail with these green and yellow and black and silver, whatever color bikes they are.
People were doing civil disobedience and throwing them over bridges. I saw one in White Rock Lake when I was walking around.
Yeah, just
there was a channel just dedicated, an Instagram channel just dedicated to doing a collage of the most ridiculous, wonkiest situations.
Some were up in trees. Just again, if you can imagine it had happened. So to combat this, and again, I still can't decide if it's a genius idea or a horrible idea. They now have the scooter, which is like a motorized stand-up. I'm guessing it's more expensive to rent that than the bike. But I have no idea on the price. Yeah. But a woman tried it, and it did not go well.
Yeah, she was riding in Uptown, and I mean, these things can get going fast. They can get going 15 miles per hour, which, I mean, if you're on the back of a scooter, is pretty quick.
Yeah.
And she said she was riding around Uptown, went over the trolley tracks over McKinney Avenue or something, and the wheel caught, and she flipped face first and ended up going to the ER because of this thing.
Yeah, that's nasty. It can. That happened to me one time when I was cycling in Berlin. My bike got caught up, and you're literally like, ah! I didn't die, but because the tire was
that again.
Huh?
How was that again? You go what?
It was like
okay, yeah. Let me make sure I.
Did you go over the handlebars?
No, I managed to.
Anybody ever done that?
I just
go over the
wigged it.
handlebars?
I don't know how that happened.
I have. I was riding along the Trinity Trails in Fort Worth. My apartment complex used to back up to the trail, so you could just go straight out and ride.
Mm-hmm.
And there were a couple of cute girls that drove past me, and I was trying to just get out of their way. I wasn't like oogling. I was just trying to get out of their way, but it made it extra shameful because my tire went off and like caught in between the sidewalk or the trail and the dirt, so it just caught right there, and I went directly over the handlebars. And they didn't stop to ask if I was okay. They just kept running. Yeah, exactly.
Got it.
They just kept going, and so I had to dust myself off. And I was maybe 50 yards from my apartment, so I just turned around and went back. I'm like, I'm done. I'm not going to do this today.
I was in junior high. I took out my dad's cool new bike because he had one, and my bike was rusty and beat because I rode it all the time. And Dad gets a cool new bike, and he and Mom go to dinner, and he's like, all right, now don't mess with the bike, all right? And I'm like, of course, Dad, come on, it's me. And Susie Lee is like totally taking the bike. Like, that's the way to go. Mine's all beat up. I get on the road, coming up on a stop sign, and like I was so used to my old creaky brakes that when I hit it on a brand new bike immediately stops straight over into concrete. It was fantastic. Anyway, the scooters. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to turn this into a thing.
I think we have someone.
We do have someone in the building. In fact, we have a video here of them trying out the scooters that she sent over. Very own,
as far as it gets.
Yeah, our very own Samantha Knight, which give me just one moment, and I'll get her on the video tube for you.
Oh, the scooters.
Oh, the scooters.
The scooters.
There we go.
Hey, there she is.
Hey, Samantha, how's it going?
Hey guys.
So, the video cut off with you going, ooh. Like, was there a problem or?
No, that's just the face I make.
Okay, good.
Sorry, that's just me.
So, are these scooters more expensive than the bikes? I mean, I would have to imagine they are.
I don't know how much the bikes are. They're 10 cents a minute for the scooters. We
Ooh.
rode 4 minutes between me and my boyfriend, and it's $1 to unlock, so it cost $1.40, and it was worth it.
That's not bad.
10 cents a minute. Yeah, that's call and collect rates.
Yeah, that's one of those deals. I think it's a good idea. I'm curious of the execution because they have to have fewer of these than they did the bikes.
So the bikes came out hard and heavy. They just inundated the city with bikes. There was not really any data, so they just pushed them, and then said, we're going to collect all the data from the bicycle companies. They have to share how many rides they're getting, where the bikes are being left, et cetera, et cetera. And then they crafted like a regulation around that. So the bike companies are being taxed per bicycle. And so you'll see that there's far fewer bikes now.
Yeah, it definitely has slowed down. Yeah, I've noticed that used to you'd see them everywhere in the median, like someone just got raptured or, and the bike was left there. So yeah, that seems to have tamped down because you'd find them in the neighborhood. Like, why would you ever leave a bike here? What happened to this person to leave this bike? Wouldn't they have to take it back to wherever they came from?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand it.
Considered like last mile bikes and scooters. So if you ride the train somewhere and you need to get to your house, you take that bike or that scooter to your house, and then you just leave it on the sidewalk, and the company comes and picks it up. And with the scooters, I think they have people who drive around and pick the scooters up at night and take them home and charge them and then put them back out in the morning. And it's like anybody can sign up to be a scooter recharger.
I'm going to draw an analogy here and stop me if I'm wrong, like you normally do. Let's compare the bikes and the scooters to another simple technology that people can access and use freely in regards to a service. Grocery store shopping carts. All right, hear me out. You got to get it. You got to push it yourself, and people steal them and throw them all over the place, and they don't put them back in the cart return, and when you get one, it's got weird stuff on the handle. But, like, anybody can use it, and it's just there, right? And then you have, like, the motorized scooters that you can ride, and those are a little bit more prone to abuse, I think is fair to say.
Sure.
Everybody's seen somebody riding around one of those and going, like, I don't know if you actually need that. Like, that doesn't seem productive. And my point, I guess, is this.
Like, are you talking about the carts, like the carts at the store, like the motorized carts?
Oh yeah,
yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. And like, I guess my point is, at a grocery store, all right, they have like 1 million carts that you got to push, and you have like 4 motorized scooters. So when it comes to bikes and scooters, is the ratio off? Should we have more bikes than scooters? Are there too many? Should maybe we be encouraging exercise? I don't know. Or is it like, it's capitalism and the invisible hand of the free market, and who cares?
Think about this, though, Zach. Like, if you work, some retail job, you work some kind of warehouse job, you don't necessarily have a salary that allows you to get a car. You have to take the train or the bus every day. Feet are tired. Do you necessarily want to pedal home, or do you just want to get on a scooter that goes 15 miles an hour and take that last mile?
Yeah. I don't know. I guess, yeah, part of my defense of the bikes, the very limited defense I think you can make is at least it's healthy, right? Yeah. At least it's arguably good for a culture, like to get a little bit of exercise.
They're taking the bikes away, though.
Huh?
There's just as many bikes. They're not taking bikes away.
I guess
there's
fair.
not 8,000 bikes, but
if you went
they're not getting bikes.
Right, but I don't really know where I'm going with this, I guess.
Well, I do want to ask, like, the fact that this lady hit a train track and flipped over. I mean, just watching the video that you sent, you were going pretty quick. Like, it feels like inherently that bikes may be a little bit safer just because of the bigger tires and things like that. You can go over other things. Did it feel unsafe, or did it feel crazy when you were going pretty quick?
It got very fast, very quickly. It's not a slow speed. It's like you push the button and it's like,
yeah.
But it didn't feel dangerous. It felt more dangerous on the sidewalk than in the street. And I don't know. Don't ever hit a train track going.
Right. There's a center of balance issue here. On a bike, you're a little bit more invested. On a scooter, like, you know, it's kind of up here, and people feel like it's down on the ground, so they can just zip along, and yeah, it doesn't work out.
For
You
like
just step off the side. Bicycles, if you go down, you go down. I've had a really bad bike
You can
wreck.
put
I
your
don't know if
foot
you guys
down
know,
and catch
didn't
your
have
bike.
space.
I mean, you don't have to.
For legality purposes, though, is that something that they can sue the rental car for?
No
or
way,
the
right?
scooter for? I'm sure they could. But would they win?
Do they ask you whenever you rent the scooter if you have safety equipment?
Yes. There's a whole thing you have to check off and say, yes, I understand I need a helmet. Yes, I understand not to ride in traffic. Yes. And so there's a checklist that you say, yeah.
Okay. And I don't see any of these on you in this video.
Rebel without a cause. That's our own
Fair
Samantha.
assessment.
Well, that was a side street. There's no traffic.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would ride downtown. I'd be scared to ride downtown. I mean, I ride my bicycle downtown, but...
Does anybody ever look cool wearing a helmet on a rental scooter?
No way. I totally understand. I wouldn't want to either. That's not me.
Safety first. Totally.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Samantha, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Just for the record, you can buy your very own standalone scooter you can keep in your house.
Oh, yeah?
And it's all yours for $376.
Only that?
That's not
I
a
thought
bad
it was
price.
going to be more
So,
expensive.
You know,
Anna,
companies
there you
like
go.
Google have scooters. They just ride around at work.
Sure.
Ride them between the halls.
Oh, yeah.
Not to make a suggestion.
Well,
or
what
anything.
don't Google employees have, really?
Yeah, but say because you were saying, hey, I don't want to buy a car, buy a scooter.
I
There
already
you
have a
go.
bike.
There you go.
I already have a
Zip
bike.
around
yeah.
on that.
Yeah, but you're pedaling, you get sweaty, it's hot. The scooter, you're just riding along.
I know.
No effort, no energy. Now, could the scooter get from like the uptown area to here?
How far could you go?
Yeah.
We need like a good Kramer experiment. Somebody hop on one of those things.
I'll
We'll
go
send
to-
somebody out with a remote.
Yeah.
Yeah, just see how far you
See
can
how
get.
far you can get. Yeah.
I'll go to Custom Scooters in Plano and have them figure that out for us.
Custom
Take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to get back to that Taco Bell segment with their new food item that
boy.
may dazzle you. That and more coming up next. I am again Josh here with Zach, Anna, and Matt. Wait, no, Zach.
Oh,
Zach took
what
off.
has happened?
I don't know. You know, every once in a while he gets in these funny moods.
Yeah, he
And,
got the urge to ride a scooter.
Yeah, scooter. He's gonna go out and try to find one of those scooters.
Just find him scooting away.
We're talking about Taco Bell. They have a new food product that I really wanted to talk about here, and they've added an element that I think is interesting, and it is the potato. Now, I think normally potatoes and Tex-Mex aren't a horrible combination.
No, sure.
I think they have a hash browns or a potato mixture that can go really well with a good Mexican food.
And there are plenty of like breakfast tacos with potatoes worked in,
Sure.
right? It's a good
Yeah.
meat alternative. Sure.
Yeah.
I love a good. I mean, whatever. I go to Taco Bell and get the taquitos because they're delicious.
Whatever.
Oh, they're nasty for you, or they're bad for you, and if don't ever open one up. But they're delicious.
That reminds
I
me.
get the potato one all the time. It's really good.
We had talked about this a while back. The Whataburger breakfast taquito. You recommended it. Not bad. You were totally right.
Dude, they're so good.
Worth taking a risk at least.
they're
It's
so
worth
good.
skipping a honey butter chicken biscuit once to try it out. I think so. It's fine.
Either way, they've thrown something new in the mix, and I think Taco Bell is doing that now just to get the press, just to get the attention. But now they're going with the Potaco.
I believe, so, yeah, the Potaco.
Yeah, the Potaco, and it's basically instead of a crispy tortilla or a soft tortilla shell, you're getting a potato pancake, a latke, if you will, with the beef and the lettuce and the cheese all inside. I think it sounds phenomenal.
I think it was described as maybe a hash brown, or like I don't know how. Yeah, like if you made a crispy taco shell out of hash browns, now you're talking something good. Like to me,
the flavor profiles are going to be there.
Yeah,
I'll be all about doing that kind of stuff. My concern hearing Potaco, one is having to say Potaco in the drive-through, but two is the crumbling of the shell. If it's a loose pancake shell, everything falls out. Nothing makes me more angry than biting into a taco and the bottom just collapses.
It all breaks apart on you,
and you just have two chips and like a small salad.
Right.
Yeah. So that to me was my concern.
What do you figure this thing retails for? Do we know? It's got to be like $1.49 or something, right? That's how
it's Taco Bell. Everything's $1.49, right?
They got the 89-cent menu. There's options.
Yeah. I haven't been to that staple of the American culture, so
I haven't. I
have no
a little bit the same way.
The high and mighty Anna.
I haven't been to Taco Bell in years. There was a time you could roll into a Taco Bell with like $3.50 and eat like a king. Is that still a thing? Does that mystical land still exist?
No, I think it's a little bit more expensive, but you can get out there. You can get a decent meal for two for just over $10, I think.
Decent. You're gonna have to quantify the word decent.
Well,
but yeah.
Okay, amount.
You will be full when you're done.
I think for me there was an item. My mom and dad went on a trip one time, and so I invited my guy friends over because my parents were gone. And we were gonna like drink beer and eat tacos. I know for like $20, I got the 10-pack, like the party packs. It was like 5 tacos and 5 burritos. So I got 10 tacos, 10 burritos, 4 dudes for $20. We ate like kings.
Yeah.
Sitting around the house.
Like royalty.
Yeah. Just, at our leisure.
Sure.
Take a bite and throw it away. It didn't matter. It was just like.
Do whatever you wanted. Just decadent.
Yeah.
I remember, doing like Halo LAN parties, and somebody would get like 3 of those like $10 boxes. Yeah. Between a bunch of guys, and like it's a good time.
Taco Bueno used to have the 50-cent party burrito.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And that was legit.
What was in that?
Just beans and cheese.
A party, man.
Yeah, a party. Yeah.
It was a party.
But, it wasn't. It wasn't anything substantial, but it was enough to where you could order 5 of those, and you're spending what, $2.50 for 5 burritos.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
Wow.
Come on.
Come on.
It sounded super judgmental, Anna.
Fair enough.
Wow.
I deserve that.
It should be.
Yeah,
it should be.
Yeah. Party tacos is bodied by
that's
Josh.
like budget friendly.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, nice
Budget
save.
conscious. Yes.
Yeah. Nice save. On this same vein of stunts that restaurants are doing, we got to go and talk about, just at least briefly, IHOP.
IHOP.
Yeah. They went IHOP to IHOB. Everyone was mad at them. Well, at least I was mad at them for changing their name. Now they realized, JK, we're not going to go. We're back to IHOP. This is why I say it was a horrible idea, because you have to do this. You have to go back from IHOB to IHOP, and everyone's going to be like, that was stupid.
Right.
Well, it's not about the journey. It's not about the destination, right? It's about the journey along the way. Like, that's what it is. It's the press and people wondering and talking about it on the lunch break. Like, what a great bump for IHOB.
This is what I'd really love to know, and I don't know if they'll ever release this unless it's just super good. But what did that ultimately do for IHOP? We went through like a firestorm for 4 days where we were talking about IHOP, and then I honestly have not thought about it since. I forgot. When I saw this story that said, hey, we're switching from IHOP back to IHOP, I forgot they'd even done that. Like I hadn't thought about IHOP at all.
Yeah.
So did it accomplish what it was trying to do? Maybe. I mean, it got them a lot of press at the time, but I don't know if any of it stuck.
I think it got them a lot of clicks, and it got a couple people in the social media department of promotion. That's what I think that got. Like, and ultimately, like what actually came out of it? Nothing. Yeah. Like nothing changed.
If you're gonna go to IHOP, do you order a hamburger still?
No. Breakfast always.
Yeah.
No.
Why am I go? It's a breakfast place. That's why I go.
If anything, take burgers off of your menu.
Yeah.
Like, only have breakfast. You're the international house of pancakes. Only have breakfast food.
Right.
Anything else, and you've lost your way.
Right.
Buffoonery.
If I go to IHOP, I'm expecting a pancake. It's in the name. That's what you go for.
Buffoons, all of them.
Buffoons. All of them. We're going to take a quick break. I think we're coming back with two phenomenal videos. One, a misguided grandpa, and the other one, also a misguided grandpa, but a famous restaurateur makes his daytime debut on a soap opera.
Curry. I'm 79 years old. I live here in Rocky Mount, Virginia. I've been playing video games since the mid-90s. That's when my son gave me my first computer and game. They keep my brain active. I'm not that good a player. I'm really derpy, actually, but I love it. I'm the grandma gamer. My very favorite game of all time is Skyrim. I love all the flowers that you can pick. I love the majestic mountains. I love the old dead trees, and it's an adventure, and I like to go on adventures. Where did he come from? There you go, the kill shot. Yes, glitch it. Oh my God. Give me the kill shot. The kill shot. Yes. I got the dragon soul.
Oh my, I love so much about that.
She is adorable.
Yeah. What is the term that she used? Derby?
Derpy.
Yeah, derpy.
Derp. Yeah. What's derpy?
Anybody in the comments want to hit that up? I don't have a really good definition for it.
Like goofy,
Yeah.
kind of dumb, silly.
Not the most skilled one.
Right.
Yeah. It's a very, very avant-garde term.
And then if you're in the other room, if you're visiting grandma, and you hear in the back of the house, she's going, kill shot! Kill shot!
Isn't it 3 times that 60-second clip?
Give me the kill shot!
The kill shot!
I do. I mean, clearly she says that as if she said it before, but I do wonder how often she's yelling at the screen when she's just playing by herself.
I like to think always.
Yeah, always. Good Lord. Love her. So we have 2 videos. I'm gonna go with the versus the first. The is Colonel Sanders.
Yes.
Colonel Sanders made his daytime soap opera debut on General Hospital, and this is the grossest use of product placement that I want to say I've ever seen.
I don't know, man.
And if you've seen a worse display of product placement, please
I
send
maybe
it to
have,
us.
and it also revolves around KFC, but we'll do this first.
So here we go. Colonel Sanders is on General Hospital.
I have seldom met anyone as brilliant as Damien Spinelli. It's not his fault he doesn't know Malbogle.
There's a computer language Spinelli doesn't know.
Fortunately, I picked up just enough of it to disarm the destruct
everywhere.
sequence.
The syndicate was going to kill you for a chicken recipe?
Secret recipe. It's a sad but terrible fact that espionage of any kind can be lethal. I was once cursed by a warlock, and amongst other things, I can see right into the soul of a person. Is there a place in this apartment where one can secure valuables? I'm not talking about a safe or nothing like that, but a place no one would think to look. You see, I'm afraid the syndicate's not done with me yet. So I must hide my secret recipe in a place they'd never look. And now, if you ladies will excuse me, I must take my leave. People don't stop eating chicken just because my recipe and I are being pursued by unscrupulous hackers.
It sounds like your profession is even more noble than mine.
Oh, no, I'm just a gentleman who loves fried chicken. Nothing more.
Colonel, it was an honor to meet you.
Stay crispy. and stay humble.
Stay crispy and stay humble.
I want to sign off every show like that.
Yeah, I think you should hide the recipe wherever your dignity is, because you've lost that a long time ago. What a horrible. I don't give soap operas any credit. They are what they are. They're stories. They're meant to be like a dime store novel that you read in like a paperback book. Whatever. They're stories for you to to draw your attention. This is. Whoever sold this to the Days of Our Lives, how hard up must they
General
be?
Hospital.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Who cares? That's the one. Like, how hard up must they be for KFC to go, hey, we have an idea? Because, like, being a producer over at iHeart, there were tons of companies that would pitch equally as bad as of ideas to us. Like, hey, we want to have a takeover where, you know, this guy comes onto your show, and this is like, and it was a horrible idea, and no one's doing that. And if iHeart had more credibility and more like professional integrity than General Hospital, that's a huge problem.
It's man, it's really something else. I mean, the only explanation, it's got to be like the people at General Hospital want so bad to like capture a glimmer of that like social media viral marketing audience. They want it so bad. They want those millennials, and they want those tweets, and they're like, we make this ridiculous scene with Colonel Sanders.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll catch fire and it'll go somewhere.
When I first heard about this, I thought, did they just have a character dressed like Colonel Sanders? And it was, but no, this was literally Colonel Sanders.
The Colonel.
Like, the Colonel Sanders. Played by George Hamilton, it appeared to be, which good job on them. Like, I think that's a brilliant casting. I mean, I have a hard time calling this dumb because I loved every second of it. Like, I thought this was amazing.
How could it be bad if it's so great?
Yes.
I mentioned this before the show, but I wanted to highlight it again for anybody that missed it. The Colonel's outfit. He's got the bow tie undone, one button popped. He's got a hot pair of Wayfarers on. I was like, what's going on here? What are we doing?
He's cool, man.
He's classic is what he is. He doesn't need all that modern crap.
He is talking to two sexy ladies in an apartment, and you never know what could happen. Get a couple of chicken wings in you.
Stay crispy.
Stay humble.
I gotta be honest, I didn't know what was gonna happen. I was like, every minute of it, I was like,
anything
what?
could happen.
Yeah, and the way like he delivers the recipe is such a sexy moment there.
It's a good performance.
What is going on?
And he was cursed by a warlock. I don't know if that was canon or not. I didn't know that was.
I will say this: if you go back and rewatch just that clip, you'll notice the fake mustache they had to cut. They had to cut it because of his mole on his upper lip. So they had to like cut around the it just, again,
and the fake tan.
Yeah, so many things.
KFC wants so badly for Colonel Sanders to be the Dos Equis most interesting man in the world. That's what this is. They're like, we want him to be this legend that people look at and think he fought a warlock and he was on General Hospital. And, like, it's just not going to happen, I don't think.
I think, yeah, because for some reason, also Colonel Sanders is a professional hacker because he, like, got in.
Something like that, yeah.
He got in the back, and luckily this guy
defused a bomb.
Yeah, malware. I have no idea.
See into people's souls.
Yeah. Who would you rather see, though, on General Hospital doing this episode? Wendy's Dave? Doing Dave or Colonel Sanders?
I will meet you in the middle and go for Wendy's Wendy. Like Pippi Longstocking looking girl with red hair and freckles.
The TV Wendy or the actual Wendy that it was named after?
I mean, in the vein of this KFC ad, it'd have to be the actual character, right? I mean, that's
Wendy.
Yeah,
the cartoon like walks on stage.
That's right.
Yeah. And then we
hold on. I do want to point out that, like I mentioned earlier, turning to other soap operas.
Yeah.
KFC did this earlier this year with wrestling, where they had a number of different wrestlers dressed up as the Colonel, and then they had a Colonel Sanders Battle Royale to find out who was going to be the next Colonel. And so it had, I mean, this was after they had done the stunts where it was like Norm Macdonald was the Colonel and a bunch of other people. So, yeah, this was just the next step in them, again, like, it's this weird, I mean, like kind of
they're trying to figure it out.
Right, they're trying to reach this sort of cultural significance.
Right.
But wrestling, I get. Like, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
That okay, you're going to do some wacky antics. That's the platform.
I mean, here's the thing. Soap operas are no different than wrestling. Like, it's the same thing. So, like, when I at first I was like, oh, a soap opera, really? But when you think about it, like, soap operas are just as dumb. Sorry, anybody who likes soap operas and doesn't like wrestling. They're just as dumb.
Yeah.
I'm able to say that.
Put it on Matt's gravestone.
Yeah, they're just as dumb. So we had the now we have the
Yes.
which is a grandpa films his proposal with one minor technical difficulty.
I think it was a family member's proposal.
Oh, yeah,
I
proposal.
thought he was filming his own.
No, it was a family member's.
Very organized.
Oh, we got the.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh. Christopher.
Yes, sir.
I didn't know it was going to happen, but I sure said something.
I wanted to tell you so bad.
Give her that ring and she'll give her the biggest smile, man. Woohoo! Good. That's so beautiful.
How do you not know? Like, I want to be but I'm gonna be a jerk here for a second. How do you not know? How do you not look at your phone one time when you're filming something?
He was so caught up in the moment, and he was watching it happen, and like he didn't care about the phone, and like that's probably the way most of us should
you see it. It's right here. It's eye level.
Maybe it looked like he was on a selfie stick or something, and maybe what happened was someone put it on recorder and gave that to him. So he didn't actually know what was going on, so he thought, oh, it's my reflection. Maybe it went black. I just want to believe it so bad.
You're too nice.
Maybe he's he's farsighted or something and couldn't
again,
see the phone.
You notice the background. Everyone else is in black formal dresses. This guy's in a white unbuttoned down shirt, hat on backwards.
I like him, man. I like him.
He's my kind of guy.
Yeah,
my kind of guy.
In a way, like. I'm sure there were clearly because everybody films everything, so there were clearly other people filming the moment. So I think in a way this is nice, right? Like you get to see your grandpa like reacting to your wedding proposal or whatever, and that's kind of a sweet thing, right?
That's true.
Like we can't hate this guy.
I'm trying not to.
Yeah, there's some monsters on this panel that hate this guy.
There are videos out there where all it is people of certain age groups reacting to other stuff. That's like a whole there's a whole genre of content out there that's that. So really, this isn't all that much different. It's just cute because you didn't know any better.
But I think if they would have said, he wanted the reaction video, fine. Or if someone like filming him, fine.
Right.
But for him to have his phone right next to his eyes, whenever I could be anywhere, and I pull my phone out to record something, I'm not watching the event. I'm watching my phone.
Yeah.
It's instinct. Everyone does that.
So it's not a matter of age or where you come from or who you are. It's just the ineptitude that bothers you. It's that you miss that simple thing.
How do you not know at least to go, oh, this is wrong. Here, someone fix this.
Yeah. Well,
again,
fair,
that's my issue. And again, that's what makes me a horrible person.
Because that's the first thing you think. Not, well, what a sweet moment.
What an idiot. I go immediately to like, how do you not know? And two, why are you dressed like that? Everyone else brought their A game. Yeah, everyone else brought their A game. You have a Marine's hat on backwards, a black T-shirt, and a white overshirt under a black T-shirt. So
he was dressed like the Colonel.
Obviously, it's bleeding through.
Yeah.
Just all kinds of issues for me. But ultimately, a sweet video.
Sure. I'm glad you came around to that.
That's our time for today. We had some headlines, but we'll get to them on Friday. Hope you enjoyed the lunch break. Please like, subscribe, and share. I am Josh. That's Zach, Anna, and Matt. Have a great day. I'll see you guys back on Friday.